All right. So we're off and running, as they say. Okay. So when last we saw our intrepid heroes, we might just do a quick recap because I, I might have forgotten what we did. No, only kidding. All right. So you travelled to the village of Shinjo, and you found, at the request of the Miko, the shrine priestess at the village. You arrived in the village and talked to the shrine priestess, and you also encountered the shrine priestess servant, who you may recall. Um, some of you went out the back, and talked to the servant just outside the kitchen. And one of you
Mm.
in particular had a horrific experience, with a spider while you were there. A number of other members of the group decided to go and interview the forest folk living outside of the village, the poor forest folk living outside the village, who had most recently lost their daughter, to whatever is happening to the girls of the village. You receive some information there about good girls and bad girls, and girls leaving the village. Um, do you recall who they were leaving the village with, or what the suspicion was about the girls leaving the village?
Yeah, the nasty city boys.
That's right, the
Mm.
loggerage. Oh, Brandon, you're on mute somehow.
The lumber boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the merchants who come up from Osaka and collect the lumber were also convincing the girls to leave the village. And the suspicion
Mm.
was that not their daughter, of course, because their daughter was a
She was a
dutiful
good girl.
daughter, but the daughter of the Ashingari who still live in the village had disappeared off with one of these slightly dodgy logger boys. And then two of you who had not as yet done an awful lot of investigating were off to investigate the bell tower which was covered in spider webs, and also look at the actual shrine, which is
Hmm.
out the back of the Miko's house.
Yes.
And I think that's where we had left it. So, on that note, do we want to just very quickly reintroduce who we are, and then let's get on with it? So, starting from my point of view from the top, so that's Hagakure.
Yes. So I'm playing Hagakure. She is an Onabugeisha, a female samurai, effectively. She is a master combatant, and pretty good at research as well.
Cool. All right. Oshima.
I'm Oshima Hachiro. Came from the farms. I'm an author and a very well published author and very popular. I specialise in how in the yokai and how they're dealing with the changes that are happening in the Meiji period. And I'm very good at investigating and inspiration. And well, I'm very kind of strong as well. So bit of farm pub brawling.
And Hime.
So I'm Hime. I'm a traditional doctor. I'm probably the lowest class in society, and I mostly work with outcast women, such as brothel workers, and the gangs, usually. But yeah, I practice traditional medicine.
That's right. And Kato.
My name is Kaito, and I'm a traditional Japanese stand-up comedian that is terrible at his job. He's poor, and he is infatuated with chasing after women. That's about it.
Okay, and Nat, you don't have your character name on your thing. Can you put it on so I remember? Because
All
otherwise I'll
right.
forget. But anyway,
Sure.
what's your character?
I'm Saburo Asai. I'm a very important priest who's also very wealthy and very successful and very influential, and also probably the best, just generally, out of the people here. I'm pretty. I'm very good at like deducting things. I'm a very deductive person, and I'm also, very important, so I can get into very important places.
Excellent. Okay, and I think it was yourself and Oshima who were off to investigate the tower coated in spider webs.
Indeed, we were.
That sounds right. Yes.
All right. So so you've all scattered off to the four winds. You've seen the other two groups of your compatriots head off to see various other things around the village, and you come out of the shrine, priest temple, shrine, shrine maiden's house, um, and you can see some bushes, and rising above the bushes is this wooden structure with a single bell on it, obviously intended as some sort of warning device, or perhaps to summon people back, and for various reasons. Um, it doesn't have much else on it, but you can see it's absolutely coated in spider webs. Um, and the spider webs are that sort of, why is it not opening? Oh, there it is. So as you approach it, it kind of looks like this kind of structure. So there's all these
Ugh.
webs and spiders and little spiders and bigger spiders running through the web. It's like a colony of hundreds of spiders has colonized the entire tower and is completely undisturbed. You can see, little insects and birds and little decaying empty husks, and those little pod-like shapes of the webbed dead things that haven't yet been exposed externally, just hanging from everywhere inside of it. There's a really rich, ripe smell coming from the tower as you approach it, and it's not actually. Neither of you went out the back of the house, of course, did you? Because it was only um, Jess's
No, we went
character.
out the front.
It was only Hime who was out the back. That's correct, isn't it? Okay,
Yep.
so there's this rich, ripe smell coming off the whole tower. The smell of just dead things rotting in the air.
Lovely.
Now, I mean, you're Japanese, so you don't need to make a weird culture roll to know this. So, one really important thing to, and that's quite powerful to you because that's not like it's Japanese culture does not like that sort of thing, right? So that sort of really off smell, like they wouldn't allow rotting meat to just be lying out, right? So
Yeah.
and this smell is pervading, a good half of the village. So it's really off-putting and disconcerting and quite disgusting. So what would you like to do as what would you like to know about the tower or examine about the tower?
So can we see like an obvious entrance to it at least?
Well, it's open. It's just covered in
Okay,
web.
right.
It's covered
Right,
in web,
okay.
right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just an open wooden structure. It doesn't have walls or anything. It's just, pieces of wood stuck together. It's like a water tower or something. But all it has at the top is just this single bell with a dangling rope hanging from it. When you get closer, you can, if you want, I think it's vigilance, or will it be vigilance? Hold on, let me look at someone for a second. Um, ah, would either of you like to make either a vigilance or an investigation roll?
Sure, one sec.
Relying on you, Natty, because
Yeah.
this is my weakest suit.
I see.
Logic is not my thing.
Well, I've got some bad news.
It is
We're the
also my
perfect team.
weakest. It is also my weakest. All right. So, well, a bad roll is still a roll. You don't have to
Yep.
push it
All
after
right.
all. So,
I will give the vigilance roll a go then. Oh my god!
Uh,
see, I told you.
classic.
Impossible.
Yep. Yep.
I've got exactly 2 dice, and I will roll 2 dice. I watched a game, a Coriolis game, where a guy had 1 dice and he got a success. It was like
Nice.
he didn't do it twice though, so he died. But the first time he got it was like, well done, that's gold. And then it was like, you just need to make one more of those. What? Anyway, it was good. So big call out to Fayez, companion of mine on one of the adventures I played. So successes 2. All right, so. Um, when you look at the creature at the webs, what you realize is some of the spiders are gigantic. So so
Right.
so in the middle of this giant colony of spiders, you see these dark and shadowy forms moving up and down, and they're like the size of a bird-eating spider. So they're the size of a dinner plate. Um, and
Joy.
and they're giant golden orbed spiders, right? Um, so they're moving through the thing, and you can see in the middle just these giant spiders. And actually, what you can tell is as you move away from the middle, the spiders get smaller and smaller.
Yeah,
So
okay.
so it's
Ah.
almost like there's a hierarchy of size being played out inside the webs. Now, there's only a few of these big ones, like maybe, well, what you can see, there's only a few, but there'd be thousands, possibly, of spiders in total on this thing.
Oh, lovely.
Certainly hundreds.
Very nice. And the bell that's at the top it's just got the long rope that goes all the way down, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lovely. It's tempting to poke this tower, so to speak, or do a slight fire in there, but I don't know what it's going to trigger. So, yes.
Yeah. I don't know if setting fire to it immediately would be the smartest decision.
No. No.
Do they just look like regular spiders but big?
Do they just look like regular spiders but big? So you're looking at them through a whole bunch of layers of web. And you now want to like sort of really pay attention to them, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I want to look closely, like investigate a bit on the
Okay.
spiders.
All right. I will allow you to make an investigate roll.
Sure. That's better.
So you don't know the dictum of Cthulhu, do you, Natty?
I don't think the Shinto priest is very well versed in it.
No,
but,
no, there's a dictum about
personally-
playing Cthulhu.
No, I don't. Anyway.
Yeah, so the more you see, the worse it is.
Right. I see. Yeah.
If you can play an entire Cthulhu module without actually seeing the monster, that's way better than seeing the monster. Seeing the monster is bad. Okay, so you get right to see them. You have to get really close to the web, and so that smell that you could smell before is now even riper under your nose, and you just feel, sick, right? It makes you want to throw up. The closer you get to it, the more you feel like throwing up, and you look into the middle of the web, and you see a dark shadow at the base of the tower. It's encased in web, and you can see sort of a purplish rotting hand sitting outside of the web. And sitting on top of it is the largest of the golden orb spiders that you've ever seen. This thing is like a platter sized, right? So
Ugh.
it's, easily 15, 20 centimeters across. Yeah, like it's well, probably closer to 30 is what I'm imagining. So it's a 30 centimeter across spider, and it's looks at you, and you're really paying attention, and for just a second, you see this half human face sort of down one side of its chitinous, sort of head as it looks towards you. You see what looks like a human eye instead of a spider eye. So instead of those black orbs, you see this eye with a red iris in it. And just for a second, it looks like part of a woman's face staring at you from the spider's um, experience. I'm
Oh,
gonna need you.
perfect.
I'm gonna need you to make a fear check.
How do I do that?
Everything all right in there?
It's fine. How to make a
Um,
fear check?
Okay, you can make either a logic or empathy roll. You choose you can choose either one,
Yep.
and you roll your empathy or logic plus one dice per person who is with you, so you get one dice extra.
hmm
Um, and are you currently terrified as a condition?
Frightened? No, I'm not frightened.
Okay. Okay, so by the way, mental conditions add penalties to fear test. Do you have any mental conditions currently?
I don't think I've got any conditions. No.
Okay, good. Right. So that's it. So you roll, and the number of successes you get. Oh,
Oh,
spiders.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a big spider, isn't it?
Well, I think so. You've
there
used
was a small
logic.
chance.
You've used
Mm.
logic against it. So
Yep.
how do you think your logic defends you from this? Like, I mean, there's a couple of ways it could do it, but like, what's your thinking about how you resist this fear?
I think that well, I only saw the face like a brief flash, right? And
Yeah.
it's very dark and decrepit, and there's tons of webs and obstructing my view and that kind of thing. I
Yeah.
think it was just a trick of the light, really.
Right. So you basically go, look, I obviously missaw what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's no way that there was a woman's face on that massive spider. It wouldn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
No.
Yeah.
But there is a dead body in there.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was going to say.
Well, there's a lot of spiders. I'm sure that some of them are venomous.
Yes.
I'd believe that.
Yes.
And they
Yeah.
dragged the body into the tower.
No,
There are a lot of
he went in there of his own volition. The spiders just killed him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Need to put a sign up.
Yeah. Don't go in. Too many spiders.
Okay. While this is going on, Ashima, you hear a rustling behind you, and you turn around, and it's the Shrine Maiden's servant.
Oh, okay. Hello. We're just admiring your tower.
Hello.
Is she carrying anything?
No, she's not carrying anything. She's is she carrying anything? No, she's not carrying anything. Matter of fact, she
Okay.
almost looks flustered. What are you doing?
We're investigating the village, of course.
Why?
Well, because that is our job. We've been asked by your mistress to come here and do such things.
Have
Yes.
you? Yes, well, this is interesting. Why? But this is just a tower with spiders. This is of no interest.
They're interesting spiders.
There are
I've
many of
not
them.
seen these varieties before in such numbers and size.
Yes, they are very beautiful. I can understand why you would find them attractive, but I would not go amongst them.
Why is that?
Oh,
Are they poisonous?
of course they are poisonous. They are golden orb spiders, the most beautiful of all spiders.
Hmm.
I suspected they were poisonous.
See. Can I help you with anything? You've obviously either come out here to find us or perform some task.
No, I am. I'm just. No, I am here. I'm here to answer your questions in case you had any. The mistress asked me to come out and perhaps escort you, because you seem
Ah.
oddly confused about what you might need to look into. She is concerned.
Oh,
Perhaps you need
no,
some
we
help.
look into everything. Look into
Everything.
everything.
I see.
Perhaps you could show us to the temple, to the shrine,
Yes.
where we may.
Why don't I show you to the shrine? What about
Sounds
you,
like
other one?
Oh,
Now you're the highest
Please.
caste. You're like super high caste, right? And
Yeah.
basically a servant is like dissing you. Just to make that point.
Well, I'll have you know I don't take kindly to indignities, but if you insist, I will follow you to your shrine, and you may present me with whatever it is you wish to.
I see. Are you one of these new priests?
Please, we Shintos have been. It has been the rightful way all along. We have merely taken time to discover it.
I see. Tell me, what do you think of these new rules? These new rules in relation to women not being able to lead shrines.
Well, I'm sure that if the Emperor sees that is the right way to do things, that is the right way.
Do either of you
I have a lot of empathy.
I
Yeah.
do not. I've got a mediocre amount of empathy.
Would you like to roll observation?
Actually, I'm pretty decent at observation.
I would.
Only one
I'm not
of
very
you.
decent at observation.
Oh, okay, only one of you.
Yeah, I got one.
All right. She is clearly, and it's really self-evident to you, right? Like, the priest has completely missed it. And by the way, when you're using your observation against low status people, you have to take 2 dice off your roll.
Oh, okay.
We're high
status
status.
person. Because when you're high status, you're bad at reading poor people. And certainly low status people. Okay, so she is clearly not a fan of the new edicts, right? Like that's self-evident. And for just a second, she looks honestly angry. But she conceals it quite quickly. And then
Is she looking angry at Natty in particular?
yeah, you bet. Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is literally the representative of everything she hates, is what you get.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Well, quite a lot of changes happening in the world right now, aren't there?
Yes, and they are not good.
Really? How so?
They change for no reason.
Oh, there's
Daughters
always a
leave.
reason.
Daughters leave their houses. Young men lead them astray and seek only profit when honor should be their first guiding light. The emperor
Right.
decides that 1,000 years of tradition means nothing.
So
These
you're
are
saying that these
unacceptable.
men have come and taken them into slavery and sold them, these women?
What other explanation could there be?
There are all manner of sinister things in the world. And
Yes,
things
I'm
are
sure
out of
that
balance.
the Emperor would not do something so as unjust as that.
yes. What? Of course not. He is the emperor, but he can be advised badly.
Perhaps.
Correct. There are
After
changes
all,
that we aren't anticipating.
Satsuma has spoken of this. The emperor needs better guidance. Okay. Now, let's just recap on where everyone is for 1 second. So, were the rest of you heading back to the house to regather before you went your various ways? I think, technically speaking, and I'll just double check this, but Hime, you were still in the house, weren't you? 'Cause
Yes,
you were
I was
setting up.
going and setting up my clinic in the spare room in the house.
And Hagakure and Kato, you guys were heading back from the
Of various locations.
woodcutter's hut. No, you
I
both
never
went.
actually went there.
Well, you did. You just stood outside. You didn't go in.
Well, yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so you're all coming back to the thing when you see the shrine, the servant sort of leading the priest, and the journalist slash writer, sorry, not journalist, writer,
Author.
to
Yep.
the little shrine at the back. All right, do you guys want to join them in the shrine?
Yes. I have information to share.
Right, what about you, Kato? You're going in as well? Oh, you're silent again.
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Hime? Are you going to go in? No? Okay. All right, so the four of you, so she's leading the two of you into the shrine when suddenly the samurai and Kaito turn up, and it is definitely the samurai. And Kaito turn up and sort of appear with you. Make another observation roll, Ashima.
Okay. Any modifiers?
Nah.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Same as last time.
Okay. She looks disappointed by their arrival.
Yeah.
You don't know why.
Yeah. I'm looking like I'm a bit more on edge. I'm tensing up a little bit, kind of cracking my knuckles a little bit,
Okay.
ready for something.
Just in case. All right, so you all step into the shrine. So it's a classic little shrine. It does have a little temple scroll there. So there's a little scroll with some, beautiful gold glittered sort of paintings and other things on it. There's a bell. There's a range of different, like this is obviously a synchronistic shrine. So it's a shrine that's combined both Buddhist and Shinto religious things into one sort of thing, which is not uncommon up in the mountains. Compromises and other things have been made, and the whole sort of separation edicts that the emperor has passed have not made their way here. So it's very much a synchronistic kind of view. There are spider webs everywhere in the shrine, though, like everywhere. Little
So
spider
is it fully
webs.
enclosed?
Yeah, it is, but it's just light wood and paper. It's not like
Okay.
it's not like it's logs or anything like that.
Right.
It's just lightly sort of protected from the weather. There's spider webs in all the little places around the shrine, but it's not like the tower. It's not like some giant massive mess of web. It's actually quite artful, and as a matter of fact, when you step into the shrine, in the first moment you step into it, it's almost like someone has drawn a scene with the web. So the webs are placed in places to cast shadows and capture light and to reflect things. Some of them have a bit of dew on them, which is quite impressive because they're inside. Some don't. And it's almost like someone has artistically arranged all the web to create an art, to create a picture. And then
Can we actually see a picture if we move around?
you can try and see a picture. I think that's going to be an investigation roll.
All right.
So can one person be nominated to do it, and everyone else, if you want to do it, you're helping.
I think I've got the best investigation.
Do you?
Yeah, I think
What's
you do
yours?
7 dice.
Right, yeah. Then, yeah.
All right.
too.
So add 2
Yeah.
dice, because I'll
Mhm.
assume you're all looking.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then roll 9 dice.
Oh,
Whoa!
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow!
Got a keen eye for the arts.
You do. All that time you spent looking at
Wow.
pretty pictures. Okay. Yes is the answer. It is definitely a picture, and it's very clear to you what the picture is about. The picture is actually about a spider and a woman standing over the golden scroll. Like, so it's a woman on one side and a spider on the other. And in the mix of the light and the shadow, you can actually make out that the woman, 5 successes, that the woman is dressed as a shrine priestess.
Yeah.
And the
Mhm.
spider is like half coat, like it's half human, half spider. And they're effectively nodding, like it's telling you that they agreed to something, and the
Of
scroll is the
course.
agreement. Like yep, absolutely 100%. 5 successes. You've like looked at this and gone, yeah, fuck, I know what this is saying.
Wow.
You may not believe it, but that's what it's saying. That's a completely different question, but you've seen it.
Yeah. These spiders and their beliefs are very strange.
And as you
So do
all
we
step
have an
in,
idea of actually what the agreement is?
well, you could read it. It's right there.
Okay. All right. Sure. I will read it.
Okay. By the way, as you go down to read it, you hear the doors close behind you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So you're looking down at the scroll. What is everyone else doing? Just very quickly. So, Kaito, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm like the latecomer to all this, so I'm just observing, trying to not touch any of the webs. I'm not very happy to be here at all. I'm thinking about just bailing.
And Saburu?
Well, I'm gonna relay everything about the painting to my friends about how it's
So
this
you're
there's
telling.
this
Go
there's
for
this
it.
scroll you see that symbolizes the agreement between the different priests and the strange creature and everything and
You're just bleating it out in the middle of the shrine. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, there's this giant spider. It seems to have this agreement with these priestesses. Sorry for the American accent. But that felt
That was an American accent.
well. All right, whatever. And Hagakure.
I wouldn't have known. Anyway.
Hagakure,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I am paying attention and watching the servant closely.
Okay, so you've got
I
your
don't
eyes on the
trust her.
servant.
She was
Yeah.
spying on us.
She
I don't
was,
like her.
and she was weirdly formed. Well, she's just closed the doors.
Yeah.
Like, just slid the little shutter doors closed. I mean, they're just like shutter
Yeah.
doors. They're not like
Mm.
lockable doors or anything like that, but she's just slid them closed. Sort of crouched down and bent away from you, and she just slides the doors closed as Saburu's, talking all about what he's just worked out by looking at the picture against the wall.
I back up to the door.
So you back, just to be clear, you're backing up towards the servant as well in doing that.
Oh, that's the way we came in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll stand in the middle of the room.
I don't want to go near anything. I'll just stand here right in the middle. I'm equidistant away from every object. If something bad happens, I'm as far away as I could be from whatever it was. I don't know what bad's gonna be. All right. So the doors close behind you. Ashima, do you want to roll? I don't know if you need to roll anything, actually. You're kind of reading it. And I mean, we don't want to make rolling the predictor of everything. But I am tempted to make you roll inspiration, actually, which I know should be one of your strengths. So
It is. Absolutely.
yeah, I think so. I think let's get an inspiration roll in on this because you're trying to interpret the scroll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Oh, wow, that
Would
sucks.
you like to push that?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. So I take a condition, don't I?
Yeah,
if
and
I
it's a
push.
mental condition because you're pushing.
It's going to be frightened, most likely.
Yeah, no, that's legit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
that tracks.
that
All
tracks.
right.
Hey, there you go. You got one success. All right. So you're sort of viewing the scroll, and it's all in pictures, right? Like there's not a lot of writing on it, because it's trying to tell something. It's trying to conceal part of what it's saying. Yeah. But even from your quick read of the scroll, the major picture is of, what is clearly to you, because you've been, after all, you've been writing stories about
Indeed.
yokai, that it's a Juragumo, which is like a sort of spider woman. And on one side is a Juragumo, and on the other side is the Miko, or Mikos,
Yeah.
and there's an exchange occurring between them, and the exchange is children.
Yeah.
So the Juragumo is handing an orb spider to the Miko, and in return, the Miko is handing a human child to the Juragumo.
Dear God.
Right. Why would she need orb spiders? Silk? I don't know.
Okay, you might be about to find out.
Yeah.
So at that point, behind you, or is anyone looking? Oh, that's right. Sorry, you were, weren't you? Okay. Hagakure.
Yeah.
So you were specifically paying attention to the servant.
Yeah.
Okay. She turns around
Mm-hmm.
and she looks directly at all of you. And then in an instant, like the snap of a finger, she's now almost twice as tall as she was a second ago. It's like there's no, it's not like she changes into it. Do you know what I mean? It's not like her body transforms.
No, she just is.
She just
Yeah.
is. Um,
I yell out, she's a Duragomo!
and this giant woman with 8 spider limbs coming out of her back, and her legs folding now into a spider's abdomen. So she's like a centauroid kind of figure. In part, her abdomen is weirdly shaped, and her arms are now coming out of her back, and her body's now sort of long and thin and shaped along the ground as opposed to standing upright. Where her feet were is her abdomen now, and you can see that stunning look of a golden, orb spider, all around her, and her face changes, and you can see 2 large black eyes now, and a set of dotted eyes around the side. At the same time, the whole room suddenly becomes hotter and
Ooh.
and wet. Like it feels humid in here, like something has just, like a tropical storm has just broken over the top of you, and you can feel an electric feeling in the room, as whatever she has done changes the
Right.
topic of the room and the sense of the room. And she rises up on these 8 legs. What do you want to do?
I
Starting with
want to.
Hagakure.
Yeah. Yeah. I am pulling out my Naginata
Right. So you whip it off from
and
your back.
using my Iejutsu
Yep.
when striking your opponent in the first round of combat.
They have
They
no
cannot
ability
dodge,
to
block, or
dodge.
parry.
That is correct.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she will have to take the hit, as they say.
Yeah.
All right. So are you going to strike though, or are you pulling it out ready to strike?
I'm gonna pull it out ready to strike. I'm not striking her just yet.
Okay. All right. Oshima.
I'm just looking up some rules actually at the moment.
All right. Kato.
I'm running into the house. And
So, and how are you running into the house? Oh, by the way, I do need everyone to make a fear check. That's a really good point,
Oh
actually.
yeah.
Could everyone choose either logic or empathy? You do get extra bonus dice because you're all there's what 4 of you there, so you get 3 bonus dice to your roll. For additional people in the space. So logic or empathy, it's up to you.
So I get 3. I'm at -1, so that's
So it's up to
2.
guys, you
Oh,
said?
nice. I'm good.
Yep. I'm
Oh
fine.
no, you're not.
It looks like I'm going to hold onto the scroll and throw myself out through a paper and wooden wall
How many bonus dice did
and
you get?
probably head to the house.
All
Yeah.
right, so here's the bad news. Okay, so you take two mental conditions.
I do, okay.
Yep. And you are terrified. You can
Wow.
choose to do one of the 4 following things. Although I think, are you also broken? Because don't you only
No,
have... No? Okay.
I only had frightened, so now I'm angry and hopeless.
Right. Okay. You can either flee, freeze, faint, or attack. Flee, you use all your actions to flee from the thing. Freeze, you refuse to move. Faint, you go limp and a veil of darkness descends over you. Attack, you attack the nearest hostile person or creature and you lose the ability to make strategic choices and will not stop attacking until the enemy is vanquished. Okay, so which of the 4 do you do? And then
Well, I think I've
I'll
already
deal with...
dictated that I'm fleeing.
Okay, so you're also fleeing. Now she's between you and the door.
Yeah, but you said that the walls were paper and wood and things.
Yep. So you're just going to dive out through a paper wall?
I'm
Like
going
a
through a
paper
paper
window.
wall.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you literally go and run out.
I take the
door.
scroll with me
And
because it's in my hands.
Okay. Okay. Now, Kato, what are you doing? By the way, you took 1 mental condition because she has 2. You had to get 2 successes to completely resist it.
Oh, I'm good.
So
Brandon?
Kato, what are you doing?
I
Brandon.
think he's frozen.
He does look frozen.
Oh no,
Brandon.
he's frozen.
No.
Brandon, no.
It makes sense. He was gonna flee, but now he's been so terrified that he can't flee. Okay, he's stuck, unable to move. We'll just put him in that position.
He's
for now.
gone.
He's
There we
gone.
go. Okay.
Oh, he's gone. He'll be back. Okay. Right. So that's Ashima and Kato. So that leaves Saburo and Hagakure. Saburo, what do you want to do? I was just about to get to you. You resisted all the fears.
I did resist, because this spider has no sway over me. I've studied many mystical creatures, and I understand them very well.
Do you?
Yes. Not really. Not really, but I believe I do, and that's what's important.
That's completely correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people left are the high caste priest and the samurai.
They need to
I mean,
talk to each other.
what did Jaime get? Oh, she's
I
not
wasn't
here.
here.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm gonna be.
I'm all good. I was expecting this. I'd already done my research and figured out I thought it was going to be a Juragomo.
Well, what do you
So-
know about Juragomers? What's your plan, since
Get 'em,
you've
Tiny.
studied
Well,
them
no,
so
no.
much?
So what are you doing, Saburo? What are you actually doing? Like, you know what Hagakure is doing. What are you doing?
So
Hey!
we're trapped. We are trapped in here, right? Oh, is Brandon back?
He is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm back.
Oh.
What happened? Did I go?
We decided
did
you
Rob go
froze because you actually froze on the screen. So you're terrified. You
through- I was
froze.
terrified. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you took one mental condition.
I took. How many bonus dice were we allowed to roll?
Oh, did you not roll any bonus dice?
I rolled 2 bonus die.
Oh, you were allowed to roll.
Was I-
Well, roll 2 more and see if you get, like, as in just roll 2 more dice and see if you get 2 extra successes.
Wait, we get 4 bonus dice?
3. Sorry, 3. 3. So 1 more bonus die.
Oh yeah, my computer, my Wi-Fi in the hotel just crapped out. So just roll it for me. Just roll it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let me pop you up, and you are Kaito. Actually, I'll just roll a dice. Oh no, is that a dice? No, that's not the dice. Where do I roll the dice? Oh. Is it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, do you do it? Okay,
Yeah.
I can't do it at the moment.
You got a
No.
2. No.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Okay,
get one
great.
success.
Okay, great. So you're frozen. Okay, and it lasts for. I think it's a D6.
Wait, how come I'm frozen?
Well, because you failed. Because you're terrified. So fear effects take away mental conditions and terrify you.
I have to have more than one success. Is
Yeah.
that why?
Yeah, because it had
Oh,
a fear
okay,
factor of
gotcha.
2, because it's a giant spider.
Oh, okay, copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm frozen.
Yeah. Okay.
Made an exit for us.
Right. All right. So Hagakure, and we were still trying to find out what Saburu's going to do. We still have no idea. What is Saburu
Yeah.
doing?
So the door's locked. We've got this giant
Well,
eight-legged
it's closed,
spider.
and there's a spider between you and it.
It's, yeah, effectively the same thing. Is there anything else? Is there like an escape route anywhere in the room
Well,
that I
I
can see?
mean, Oshima's opened up a wall.
You know what? That doesn't sound too bad. Maybe I'll just run through there.
It's a leadership quality.
All right. So what are you
I
doing?
think we
Saburu?
need to regroup and come back at this with a with a better plan. But for now, I'll strategically retreat.
Okay, so you're going to try and run away as well.
Retreat, yes.
Withdraw.
He lifts up his robes and he retreats.
Graciously.
Top speed.
Leaving the samurai facing off against the giant spider. And
Look,
Kaito
if anyone was
going,
going
I
to,
want
it would be the spider.
So it's like Kaito and Hagakure going, Kato's going, I want to leave, but I'm too scared. And Hagakure going, no, we must fight it, or at least stop it. It's like everyone else is gone. Fuck that. All right, gold standard. Okay. So, Hagakure, it looks like it's down to you. Because no one else is doing anything. Everyone else is like, the spider goes, the spider wasn't fair. There's this confused look on the spider's face because it was probably not expecting everyone to run away. Okay. Okay, so the spider, the Juragumo looks at you. Now you're female, aren't you? Yes, you
Yes.
are. Yes, this is good for you. Okay. And the priest
They are
has run
famous
away.
for going after young men.
They are. They are
Mm.
indeed. They don't like young men. No, they do like young men. They're delicious. You. Okay, I'm not even going to try. Will I try? Maybe I'll try. No, I'm not going to try. Okay, I'm not going to try and do a spider whisper voice. I can't do it. Okay. You. Who are you? Why do you not flee from me like the others? And their running away will get them not very far.
I am Hagakure, and I do not flee because you must be punished for your sins.
What sin have I committed? I honoured the fostering arrangement. I kept my side of the bargain.
I
Now,
believe you are
would you-
responsible.
Would you
Yeah.
like? Would you before
Yeah.
you say anything? Would you like
Yeah.
to know what a fostering arrangement is? Because as
I
a
would
samurai,
love to know what a fostering
you do know
arrangement
what a
is.
fostering
Yeah.
arrangement is. So before you, before we open our mouths.
Before we do anything else, what is
Okay.
that?
So fostering is a traditional way of sealing treaties and arrangements between samurai clans. So you foster one of your children, and they foster one of yours.
Right.
Sorry, they foster one of
Yeah.
yours, you foster one of theirs. So you swap kids. and they grow up
Right.
in the houses, and it's all about bringing,
Mhm.
honoring treaties and bringing treaties together. An important side note, fostering does not normally involve hurting either of the children.
Yeah.
So it's a traditional
so-
model
yeah.
of, sort of sealing the deal between samurai families.
Okay.
So, would you like to open your mouth now that you have this additional piece
Yes,
of
I would
information?
love to open my mouth now that I know this. So I'm not actually like attacking her. I'm just making that clear.
Yep.
I have my naginata in hand. I'm not using it.
Yep.
To stab
Yeah.
anyone.
Who did you make your treaty with?
The arrangement has been in place for hundreds of years, and it is between us, me and my children, and the people of this village. But they have broken their word. They have not honored the foster.
In what way?
My daughter has been taken while she was in the care of the people of this village, and they will pay a price for such a dishonorable thing.
Right.
I see. If we were to find your daughter, would that appease you?
And a worthy recompense for the pain and the suffering and for the lack, yes, of their trustworthiness.
Okay, I'm putting my naginata away. No. We're good now.
You seem honorable. You seem like one who remembers the ways, the right way of doing things.
Yes.
Are
I believe
you
it is necessary to
promising me
preserve.
that you will return my daughter?
I am.
If you do not return my daughter, I will punish you
Of course.
and all of those who you are related to.
As is right.
A logger took her. She was with the
logger.
Ashingari.
Mm.
They were meant to protect her. They did not, and now they have paid the price for their failure. If you do not want the rest of this village to pay a similar price, a similar cost, you will return my daughter in the next 3 days.
It shall be done.
Then you
May
had
we
best
leave?
go to the city.
We shall.
You may leave.
At once. Okay, I bow and leave.
Kato's like,
Yeah.
take the paralyzed one with you. He doesn't look that tasty. He looks thin.
Okay, yeah, I take him out, and drag him out behind me.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. You all gathered together in the shrine temple, in the shrine maiden's house, I assume.
Yep.
In my clinic room,
Yep.
we have a private conversation. Like, I'm just finished setting up everything.
With these paper walls and this like wooden construction, and spiders everywhere.
What kind of an arrangement is this? This is just horrendous. They're giving their children over. What the? And they're taking spiders and breeding them. This is just.
This is fucked up, man. This is completely.
What are we going to do about
What
it?
the
There's not much we can do
kind
about
of
it.
arrangement is this?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. What kind of stuffed up arrangement is this?
This is far from a holy arrangement, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Okay, so I'm assuming that people are like,
They're bundled
Um,
into your operating
just like, ah!
And I've
At me.
dumped this scroll on the table and unfurled it with these pictures and things on it. Okay, what the hell's that? I've only seen that when they've eaten the head of something.
So what do you want to do?
Let me
Kagaguru,
get this straight. They were normally swapping children. What
Right.
would happen to the human children who would be fostered by the spiders? Are
They
they
would be-
normally getting eaten?
No, they would be raised and live happy, full lives
As
With
spiders.
spiders.
with the spiders. Yes.
With the spiders. Do
But
they
you-
suddenly become able to turn into spiders?
I wouldn't think so.
Mm. Mm.
I want to
Writing
hear
something
from the
down in my book.
priestess. Like, what happens to the children who normally get raised by the spiders? And do the spider ones that come to be raised by the humans, are they spiders living in their houses or they become human children? What's the deal here?
well, you can try and find the Miko and ask her.
I would like to find the Miko and ask her about this.
That's an option. It's an option. Go and actually talk to someone. Mitsuko. So you can find Mitsuko. That's not hard. She's
Yeah.
not exactly hidden. She looks terrified. Yeah, because she doesn't have to pretend not to be terrified now. Because she's terrified. That's why she summoned you. Because the Juragumo is really angry, and that's not good. There's a giant
No.
spider out the side. There's a giant spider living in a house, and a whole bunch of other spiders living in a village, and they don't look happy. Okay, so she is terrified.
Yeah.
And what would you like to ask her? So she's basically a shaking white sheet now.
Yeah.
And you've seen what she knows to be true, and
True.
she's been like, waiting for the shoe to drop and for the Juragumo to just kill
Yeah.
everyone.
I'm going to go to her.
Yep.
And I'm basically stepping outside of my cast role and being a doctor in this,
Okay.
in problem solving. I'm treating this like I would treat any investigation into a medical problem.
Okay.
I'm like, you must tell me the truth. You must tell me everything, because only then can we heal this problem.
Okay.
Tell me about this agreement. What happens normally? What happens with the human children who go to the spiders? And what happens with the spiders who come to the humans? What happens when you foster them?
Okay, so that is definitely going to be, I think it's observation.
Yep.
As a skill. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely observation. So I'll
Okay.
allow you to make an observation roll. You can add 2 dice. You kind of know a bit more about what's going on, and you've got her at her weakest point. So yep.
Okay. Why is it telling me my observation is at -1? Is it because of my mental condition?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It will be.
Okay. But you're saying that I can add
2 dice.
2 dice.
Yep.
Okay. Is there an easy way to do that, or do I just?
Just type in your bonus. So go from -1 to
skill.
+1.
Okay. I'll just make that +1. And then roll. Okay. 1 success.
Okay. So you give her the once over, 1 success. What do you particularly want to know? Like, you're asking questions, and so
Yeah.
what would you particularly like to know?
I want to understand how things should work if everything was going well and it was normal. Like, what was the agreement and what happened to the children on either side?
Okay, so it was simple. The arrangement was she protected the village, and every odd decade, she would bring one of her oldest children to us to foster, to learn human ways. And in return, we would give her one of our children, who she would raise in spider ways. After 10 years, they would be returned.
Okay.
So we would give back her child, having been taught in human ways, and the child who had grown up with her, taught in spider ways, would come back and live with us. And the child who came back to live with us would always become the Miko of the village.
So
Mm.
you were raised with the spiders for 10 years.
Yes. I don't recall it because it becomes hard to remember over time. But I have a sense of it.
Okay. So normally the fostering happens, the children are happy, grow up healthy, they are not harmed. But now something has gone wrong.
Yes.
The spider's daughter has been taken by
Well, she's disappeared. Momoka.
Momoka.
Yep. Her 27th daughter, the apple of her eye.
And she believes she has been taken to the city.
Yes. We believe that she went with the loggers.
Willingly or coerced?
We don't know.
I have a feeling I know where she has ended up. And Hagakure, you have made an agreement with the Dorogumo that you will rescue her child.
Yes.
After the Duogumo failed to protect the child in the village. Because that was part of the agreement, was to protect the village.
Yeah, but the village had to protect the daughter. Like, hey,
Yeah.
the Juragumo is holding the village responsible for the daughter's safety.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah. I doubt that's something we could argue with a giant spider who has lost her child and is very angry.
Hmm.
So, we must travel to the city as quickly as possible. We will have one day to find her. How much money can the village give me to purchase her daughter back?
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a good question. Let's assume. So, well, actually, I'll tell you what. We'll leave it to the dice, which is usually the best way to deal with such problems. Can you make a manipulation roll? Because you're basically going to have to convince people to hand over money.
Yeah.
Or dig up money. Out of from other places.
No.
No.
Nope.
Did you want someone else to maybe do the money collection? Considering how many dice you roll for manipulation. Who in the group has the best manipulation?
I have 6.
I have 5.
By the way, I will just point out to the incredibly wealthy
Although, wait
member
a
of the
second.
party that they have access to cash.
That's true.
In quite significant amounts.
I also do actually have 6 because I have the town that lets me use my observation instead of
Right.
manipulation. But anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yes,
I
'cause
do
you
have a
can-
lot of money.
You do. Did you want to roll your resources? Because that
Sure.
creates capital, which you can then spend.
I've also got 6 capital already.
Oh, well, that must be what you've got.
Right.
Because what's
Assuredly,
your
yeah.
resources?
8.
Yes, then 6. Bloody hell, 6 capital?
Although maybe that was meant to be my
Status.
what's status? Yeah.
Yeah, no, your status was 8. Your resources.
No, my
were-
resources were 8. My
Oh,
status
okay.
was
6.
6, I think.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
In which case, you can roll your 6 dice, if you could. So it's just slash die 66, I think, and you'll get 6 dice.
Wait.
In the chat box.
Mm.
Oh, you got 1, 6 there. if you put your mouse over the...
Oh yeah, I
think-
got one success. There you go.
Yep, and I think also that adds to the resources you have. So you actually have 7 capital, if I remember how it works. I'm literally looking it up now because money's been the least interesting thing I've paid attention to money rules as a general comment, which I'm regretting right now because I actually need them, damn it. Okay, and can I get a manipulation roll as well while I look this up? Because you can use that to add to your capital as you sort
Oh
of...
wait. Anyway, one success, but there is one more dice in that.
Okay,
Uh,
so just
I'll
slash
just-
die 1d6.
no.
No.
All right.
Okay, so you've got an additional bit of capital. So you've got a fair amount of money, although it's mostly yours, and a little bit of the village. The village is not very wealthy,
Mm. No.
which is not overly surprising. Yeah. Okay, so do you want to head out to Osaka? Do you want to know who the loggers are? What do you want to do?
Well, who would have dealt with the loggers anyway? Village folk.
The people who cut down the woods. So the guys that you were talking to originally, whose names I have actually very carefully written down, which is unusually thoughtful of me. Tadashi, the tree cutter, and his wife Nao were the 2 that you talked to earlier, and they were the ones who were pointing you at the loggers. So you could get the loggers' name off them if you quickly go out and see them again.
Yes.
You can't talk to the Ashingari because they're not around to have a chat anymore.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, we'll do that.
All right.
Then chat to them quickly. Then saddle up, so to speak.
I will just point out you guys moved on from the dead body underneath the spider web very quickly.
I'm assuming it was one of the people that it was given to them.
Well, you'll never know now because you just left it. So yeah, whatever.
Well,
Dead body. Good. Anyway, it happened. It happened.
the Shinto priest should be able to give us direction on that, and he looked pretty relaxed, so we're all relaxed.
We took our lead from the priest. He said, "Meh, I wouldn't go there." Anyway, dead bodies are bad, so you're not meant to touch them. So fair enough. Free capital will have less money during this. It's hidden in here. The number of successes is used to purchase. Rolls a number of dice equal their characteristic. For example, you donate your successes to each other, add them together, and your capital, your free capital, if you've got resources 6, is 5. Right. Okay. Good. Okay. Got it. Okay. So you gather up as much money as you can find. You don't know if it's going to be enough, and you won't know until you get there. You go and quickly see Tadashi, the tree cutter, and Nao, his wife. Who's talking to them? Are you gonna choose someone different to talk to them?
I could talk to them because I already talked to them before.
That is true. All right. So
Mm.
Kato, are you in the system, or shall I roll for you?
I'm in the system.
Ah, cool. Well, it's so they're basically in their little hut, exactly as described before. You can make a observation roll because it actually is observation. You're trying to get information out from them.
Sure. Observation.
Okay. Yep. Good enough. So the names of the loggers that they normally deal with, Yao and I don't know, Mito. That'll do. So they can be found. Yeah. So they operate a sort of. They're like merchants coming out of Osaka, and accepting the wood being brought down from there. So you can basically, get to Osaka quick. Well, your goal is to get to Osaka within a day, which means mad driving of carriages and jumping on trains.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
So
if you remember, you actually bought a carriage with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's mine. I own it.
just in case anyone wasn't sure. Okay, so what's the plan, guys? What are you going to do? First of all, who's going to drive the carriage?
What? Did our
Hmm.
driver get eaten? Is that who we've got in the spider thing?
I did wonder where you went to. No, you've got a. That's true. You still have a driver, but do you trust the driver to drive the carriage fast enough,
Oh, okay.
or do you want to drive fast?
Probably better than I drive someone else.
Does anyone
know that
remember
you
what
need-
horse riding was based on? Was it force? I think it was force.
Is it?
Can't remember.
Oh,
Agility?
Yeah.
Agility.
It's-
Sorry, yes, you're right. Agility. There it is, right at
Right.
the top.
Yeah.
I was looking.
I
for
have 6 dice in that.
it. Okay. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
the same, but I'm going to ride my horse.
Ah, that's right.
I'm
You've
gonna-
got your own
Yeah,
horse.
you've got your own horse.
I'm gonna sit inside the carriage.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
wave people on.
I will drive the carriage.
Okay.
She's moved up in the world from the roof to driver.
Yeah, I'll let you be my driver.
All right. Is anyone else
Thanks.
going in the carriage, or are you all sitting on the roof? And what is the priest's opinion on this? I will point out being
is
on top
anyone
of the
else-
carriage is dangerous.
Is anyone else here even close to being like high status?
No.
Me.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
He has his own horse.
He's got his
Well-
own horse.
He could ride in it if he wants.
I am honoured, but I enjoy the horsemanship.
Very well, sir. The peasantry can sit on top of the carriage.
Yeah. Cling on for dear life.
Are you actually going to sit on top of the carriage, or are you going to sit on the seat at the front? Because it's quite wide, so you can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
there
sit
is
on the
room
seat
there.
at the front.
Yeah.
That's way safer than sitting on the top. Just to make that point.
Yeah.
The room for me to
But
sit
who's
in.
going to take care of the
Is
luggage?
there room for me? This is Quiet Voice of Kato, who's finally recovered from his horrible experience. Is there room for me? Oh, hold on. We probably shouldn't just strap him to the roof. Then he seems to be moving.
How do we treat conditions and things?
I was hoping someone was going to ask that question.
Yeah.
Okay, so mental conditions get healed through the application of
Inspiration. Yeah.
Priest. Oh no, you took the talent that allows you to use your religious authority to get them to tell you more stuff. You didn't actually take the talent that makes you better at healing people, and which is beautiful. Okay, so I think I'm pretty sure it's just straight up inspiration and. Oh, entertainer. Hold on. What's the entertainer's talent? What talent did you take, Kato?
Oh, the one where I can use my inspiration to seduce women.
Right. Okay, good.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, 3 people with inspiration. None of them took any of the talents that make them better at healing people. That's gold standard. It's like, hey, we've got 3 clerics. None of them can cast healing spells. Oh yeah, that's good.
And you can't inspire yourself, can you? You have to have somebody else do it.
I am literally just getting to the skill right up now. So give me 1 second, and I will answer that question.
I'll inspire. I'll do a rap spell performance on the top of the carriage.
So you have to be somewhat safe, have access to food and drink, and be willing to engage in close contact. You make an inspiration test each day you spend together without doing anything else. A successful test heals 3 conditions, distributed between your friends as you see fit. Okay, so here's how I'm going to rule this, right? Because I don't want you to we'll fudge the rules slightly, because technically you don't have a day of like doing nothing because you're madly racing down the mountain to try and make it to Osaka in the time frame.
But we're bonding as we travel.
You are bonding as you travel, but you have to be close to each other, which I think is legit. So Kato, you're sitting up the front with the samurai and
The doctor.
So if you want to use your inspiration, you can use it to heal conditions on those people.
I'll do a stand-up routine of an angry housewife that caught his husband cheating and is chasing him around with like some type of broom or something.
All right.
Um,
It's Punch and Judy meets Japanese stand-up. Make a inspiration roll for me. You can heal 3 conditions spread as you want amongst the other 2 players.
I've only got one.
Me too. So,
Oh, there you go.
we're all done.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Now, in the
No.
carriage, no one can be healed, and on the horse, no one can be healed, just so that's clear.
All right, I'm a nervous wreck.
The 2 most damaged people.
Are living silent, independent lives, letting their pain crush them internally. Swallowing it. It's not healthy to swallow that shit down, man. It's going to end badly. All right. Okay, Jason. You are smash. You know, it's the classic scene. You know, you've got the carriage and you've got the, you know, the bridle, and you're pushing the horse to go as fast as possible. Yeah. I need you to make a agility roll, obviously.
Yep. 2 successes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you willing to let the carriage be damaged?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh,
It's-
you bastard.
It's
It's
not.
gonna be a rougher ride now.
Do you know how much this cost? Anyway.
All right, so you slam the carriage around corners and you go through big potholes, but yeah, and there's this scene, and people, you know, people who are planting the rice in the paddy fields as you've come down, you know, past the terraces, beside the road, look up and they see this, you know, black carriage, you know, being these horses out front, and this mad female samurai in samurai armor, for God's sake, holding on to the bridle, going, yeah, and it streams past, and there's the cracking sound as the wheels are smashing onto the ground, you know, and rocks and dust are flying everywhere. I've gotten into that. Hold on, I'm looking for names. Ashima. So you need to make an agility roll as well, but you get a bonus 2 dice because you're horse boy.
Cool. Alrighty, away we go. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're sort of riding ahead because
Yeah.
you don't want to be behind, right? So you're like, yeah, this is like this mad rush down the mountain, and you're all screaming, and the carriage is bouncing from one side to the other. Saburu, can you make a force roll, please?
Oh boy. Yep.
Yes, you take 1 condition as you slam from one side to the other inside the carriage.
Excellent. Battered looks good.
I'd say battered is pretty fitting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're slammed from one side or the other into the carriage. Can I get force rolls from Kato and not Hagakure because you're actually driving. Hime.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, feel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, one of the trunks on top of the carriage, probably holding some important priestly garb, dislodges and slips forward, slamming into Kato's shoulder and then bouncing off as you ride down. Kato, you take one physical condition from the ride. All right. You make it to the train station. Which
I
takes
love riding horses like this.
People are
Yes.
looking at you as you sort of ride in, and there's like dust and stuff everywhere, and then the horses neigh, and some small child almost gets killed but doesn't. Hagakure, you managed not to kill the small child.
First time for everything.
First time for everything. And you feel a moment as your eyes flash before you. A second of
Oops.
pain. Oh, wow. If only I had
No,
a
I
use
didn't
for
mean that.
Yeah, really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. What do? You're at the train station.
We're getting on the train. We need to get into Osaka.
Okay.
Yeah. I
There are
will.
people
I
in the
can
way.
try and
They don't matter.
What are you doing here, May?
Well, I was going to say once we get on the train, I will heal up
Okay.
Kato and Saburo.
Okay. But all right, there's all these people sort of thronging, and you even see some police running towards you, as you've sort of made this giant kerfuffle, and dust and smoke has been hurled everywhere, and horses are neighing, and people are running from the the madness of it all.
Must get to Osaka.
Who's going to engage with the police?
I'll slide off the horse and engage them.
All right.
Good on you.
Okay. I will just point out, by the way, Saburo, you're good at ordering people around. You
I
might not
am.
be particularly good at getting information from them, but you are good at ordering local.
I think I will actually. I'm going to step out of the carriage. It's my carriage. It's
Yeah.
I'm in charge here, so I'm going to step out and talk to
Excellent.
the police myself. I think.
Okay. So you step out of the carriage, and there's
After composing himself.
yes. It's like,
Yeah, I can. Steady my hat and I fix my robes up a little bit, and then I step out of the carriage.
tip the little hat back onto its perfect position.
Yep.
You go up to the police.
Mm.
One of them looks at you. Sir, what is it?
We have urgent business. There is no time to spare.
Yes. What are you going to do? Make a manipulation roll?
Yes, it's actually observation because that's my
that's
skill.
right, because it's your
But yeah.
superpower. Yep. You get 2 dice, by the way, because you're high status.
Bonus. Yep. Wow.
Do you want
I'm going to push that. Yep. That means I take a condition, right?
It does. You take a mental condition.
I want to go angry.
Okay.
Mr. Angry Eyes.
Don't you see? There's no time.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2
Yes,
successes.
okay.
I do not have
alright.
time to converse with you.
That train doesn't leave without us on it in a carriage. Go.
Now go.
Okay. They quickly bow. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Remember, direct orders of what you want.
Yeah.
and they escort you to the carriage, and bundle you on.
Yep.
And
Yep.
salute as you as the carriage rolls out. Okay, you're on the carriage. You're feeling quite stressed, but now the carriage is like woo woo, and there's like a going off into the distance as the train comes down out of the hills and heads across the plains towards Osaka. On each side of you, you see sort of endless scenes of rural life, of rice paddies being filled, and little villages dotting along the side, and it's beautiful and calming, and it's that moment of peace that you need, even in the middle of this deep crisis where you've only got so much time. And you hear the as you steam down. You can indeed make if you want someone to make an inspiration roll, they can make an inspiration roll, and if you want to be treated for your wounds, the doctor can treat you for your wounds in the carriage.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. I had 3 mental conditions to get rid of, but I have had a very good horse ride down and then been soothed by my old farm life and the rhythm of it.
I would like the doctor to help me with my, bruises
Yeah.
and
Okay.
scrapes
So
that I've gotten
I
from the
just
carriage
need to
ride.
do a medicine roll for that.
Now the problem you've got is you can't heal yourself with the inspiration effects, I think. So
Yeah.
So if the 2 people with the worst mental conditions have inspiration, so it might be back to Kato. Kato might have to step up to the plate and tell yet another witty anecdotal story.
Yes, I will.
All right.
Oh, wow. That's
I've
good
got 3 successes, so anyone who's got a physical condition can
roll.
get killed.
Okay, so I think that means, and Kato's failed. Kato's failed to impress.
Clearly, Saburo's used to a much higher quality
He did
of
take a blow to the head.
Kato could push. They could take a mental condition and try and heal other people.
But then I would be down to 2 physical conditions.
2 mental,
How
because
many
it's mental.
Oh, I take a mental condition.
Yeah, because you're
Oh,
rolling
okay.
empathy. So if you're using logic or empathy, you take a mental condition. If you're using strength or
Physique or precise. Yeah.
physique or precision. That's right.
Precision. Yeah.
Yep, you take physical.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'll push. -1. Oh no.
All right.
Nice.
You can heal 3 conditions. Technically, I shouldn't have allowed you to push, but at the same time, Anyway, I'm cool. So how do you want to split that? So you can give 2 to one person and 1 to the other. It's up to you how you split it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. However people want it.
Well, do you want to heal Ashima more or Saburo more?
Well, let's put it this way: if you heal me of all my conditions, my 3 conditions, then I can try and inspire because it's
it
actually.
takes the whole train trip for Brandon to do it. So
Okay.
There's no follow-on.
Well, I'm probably not gonna give it to Saburo as much as I'd give it to.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
There we have it, right there.
The only reason why I'm injured in the first place is because I had to sit on top of the carriage in your dumb.
Yeah. I wonder what. If you chose me over here, maybe you wouldn't be sitting outside the carriage.
So good.
Oh, lovely.
It's a beautiful moment. No, we work together really well as a party. I don't know what you're saying.
Right.
All right.
So you're giving them all to me, are you?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm feeling much better.
How many did Saburo have? He had just 1 condition, and Rob had 3.
Saburo, how many conditions are you down?
Oh, I'm down 1 physical, 1 mental.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, your physical one's healed.
Oh, cool.
and then Rob has how many mental?
3.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just give it all to Rob.
Thank you.
All right.
Break out the sake.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, the sake gives you a bonus. Oh, no, I think that's to manipulation. It is, yeah. It's for getting information out of people. You can use sake to do it. Because it's liquor. Inspire with alcohol. Oh, no. You can inspire with alcohol. Right, there you go.
Lots of toasting. Lots of
toasting.
Lots of stories.
Okay. So yeah, you could actually, that's a good point. You can actually add a bonus of 1 dice. Didn't you have an instrument? Oh, no, you didn't have an instrument because your voice is your instrument. Okay. No, all good. Okay, so you reach. Okay, so the train now, sort of has passed through the bucolic, sort of scenes, and now is approaching the megaport of Osaka, the largest port outside of Tokyo. Well, actually, the largest port, but not the largest.
Yokohama.
Yeah. Well, in 1870. And you can see as you approach it, sort of, black, sort of polluting steam coming out of some of the buildings because there's industry now being built in Osaka, and it's a darker and less pretty sort of place. There's sort of endless scenes of little sort of shanty houses and the train station and the train tracks going into the city. You can smell the city as you approach it, right? Because it's pretty ripe. The city itself is pungent with that smell of industry and smoke and oil, sort of rising up, and just humanity, just lots of humans in a little tightly controlled small space. So as the train slows down and you come out of the beautiful, pristine, cool, sort of lovely air of the rural areas. You're now coming into this place of sort of industry, and you can smell it in the wind, and you can hear, the shouts of people and the sound of ships in the distance, and even some industrial sounds beyond the train. So you can hear sort of the beginnings of the industrial changes that are occurring in the city almost in your ears. The train pulls up at the station at Osaka, and most of you haven't been to Osaka before, so you're a bit lost. But Hime seem to have a bit of an understanding of where they might need to go.
Right.
You're on mute. Hime.
Sorry, I had to go and do some mothering.
That's all
before,
right.
So I should have muted myself for that. My suspicion is that the loggers will have sold this girl, Spider, to a brothel. And all the gangs may know where she's gone. She's probably disappeared into the underbelly of the city in any case. I can only imagine what will happen. I'm assuming she can turn herself into a large spider? This is not going to go well.
Well, the other thing is she might have actually been taken and put into a factory.
That's true. In which case the gangs will still likely know where she's gone. So that was my first idea, is to go and contact one of the gangs and put the word out that we wish to purchase this girl back, basically.
Okay. So you're going to go to where the gangs hang out?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do any of the rest of you have a different idea, or are you going to follow Hime's lead on this?
I think
Follow
I'll
him.
trust Hime on this one. I really don't know anything about the location.
It's a dirty, stinky town full of poor people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there.
Do people just disappear?
Oh, and foreigners. Poor people and foreigners.
Foreigners.
Lots
The
of
worst
foreigners.
kind. Poor foreigners. Yeah.
Oh no, they've got wealth.
You know,
these
it's occurring
foreigners.
to me, actually, Nat, that the fact that you're using a still image of yourself and you look quite imperious in your photo is really working for you. All right, so
Yeah, it's good.
all right, so Hime, red light district of Osaka.
Yeah. I've got my doctor's bag with me.
Okay.
Well, do we actually want to track down actually where the woodcutters are? I mean, potentially, because they're actually linked to mercantile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Links, which I'm happy to follow through on as well.
Okay. Do we want to do both at once, or go to one and then the other?
I think you're going to find that for example, Nathaniel and myself probably won't be as welcome with the lower class criminal element
No.
as you are. And yeah.
Kato, do you want to come with me?
Yeah, I'll come with you.
And Hagakure?
Yeah,
We need somebody to protect the money.
I can do that.
All right. Well, we'll go off to the red light district and the bars, and
We went to the red light district with all the money. Right.
Okay. So
Okay, I've got my 2 swords.
So Hagakure, you
In the city.
have vigilance and investigation. I'm gonna make it an investigation roll, but because of your background in, having grown up amongst these type of people, and indeed, especially operated originally in the red light district, I'm going to give you a bonus 2 dice for that. So, can you
That's
make an
Hime,
investigation?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, Hime. Sorry.
Hime, yeah.
Hime. Yep. Sorry.
So I
Hime.
get 2 dice.
You get 2 dice, and it's an investigation roll.
Roll. Okay. Oh my god, that's terrible. I'm going to push that.
You've got to find them. You've got to find them, or else.
Yeah, so how do I push again? Which one do I click on?
You just push is applied after the roll, so you just roll again. Oh, can't you just?
There's a push button. So if
Yeah.
you look at your character sheet, that'll be at the very top of it in the right-hand corner. There's close, roll,
Oh,
and
yeah, there,
push.
push. That's what I'm looking for.
Whoa!
Oops. That was anyway.
Yeah.
That was
Okay,
that was
you
yeah.
going. Oh yeah, it's over here. I can see.
Yeah.
All right, so you
I
got
got 1 success.
success. Okay, so you're able to find. I mean, it's not that hard to find a pimp. Like, to be
Yeah.
brutal, it's not hard to find a brothel house in the red light district, which you know. You've got Kato and Hagakure with you. So we will just swap views because I set up a separate view, which is not Osaka.
Okay, we have to close this so I can see the picture.
No, it should become the background. You should all be.
Yeah.
Are you all looking at the background now?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right. So it looks like this. This is actually a original hand-drawn print from the period of the red light district. So it actually looks exactly like this. So in Osaka even. So it's. And you've sort of raced down overnight, right? Like into the night. So you've actually come out in the darkness. So it's dark in places. There certainly isn't anything like gaslighting or anything like that. There's light coming out from the buildings, and there's little lanterns, paper lanterns, hanging along all the sort of streets. People have their own lanterns that they're carrying, around in the darkness, and you can hear, drinking and entertainment coming from many of these buildings. And you're going to go into one that assumedly you might have had a past experience at. So assumedly you're going to go to one where you know.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And I've got like, I know everyone. They know me. I'm very well known.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you step into the building and make your way to one of the, proprietors of the house, an older woman. Oh, Hime, we had not asked for your services. And who are your friends?
Oh,
She looks quite terrified of the person with the freaking giant pole arm.
Not just that, I've got a big polearm and 2 swords strapped to
Oh
my
yeah,
side.
so did you hide the swords when you were traveling?
Yeah, underneath my
Obey,
Yeah.
underneath your
Obey,
outer
yeah.
robe. Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just so all right, so you've
I know it's
actually
illegal.
but you've now pulled them out. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? So you've sort of it's like
Yeah.
here's my gun, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And Kato, how are you dressed?
I'm dressed just in a decent kimono. It's super nice and fancy, except it's been grudging with dirt and stuff for so long.
It started out super nice and fancy, and now it's showing wear and tear.
Wear and tear. Yeah.
Okay, so you see so the proprietress greets Hime directly and obviously knows her. So that's something you might want to note for future reference. Hime, what do you say to the proprietress?
Oh, I'm
Who I should give
bow
a name to?
and give her my greetings and no, I know you did not call me tonight, but I'm actually here with my friends for another reason. I'm looking for a new girl, one who's come down from the mountains. Do you know if any new girls have arrived in the last couple of days, last week?
There are always new girls coming from the mountains.
What was this girl's name? I can't remember. Was it
Amoka.
Imoka? Her name's Momoka.
Do you know anything else about her? Anything else that would be unique about her?
Well, there is something very special about this girl. I hope if she has come here, she hasn't hurt anybody.
Hurt anybody? She looks a little confused for a second. Do you want to make a observation roll for me, please?
Yeah. Where's my character?
By the way, can I just mention what I love about this game is how many times have we actually rolled any physical skills so far? It's
Oh, yeah.
except for horse riding.
Anyway.
I got one.
success.
You got one success. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Okay. She looks a bit confused for a moment and goes, "Oh, there is something. One of the other tea houses, had a new girl arrive just yesterday, actually, and they've stopped. They've said they can't receive any more guests at the moment."
Okay. Well, which house was this? I'd like to visit them.
The House of the Golden Lantern.
Okay. Yeah, of course, I know then. And Madam
Now they,
Nagasura.
yeah, they definitely, yep. So they're definitely, sort of paying up tithe to someone.
Hmm.
Yep. So all right. So yep. So the House of the Golden Lantern.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to sort this all out. There won't be any problems for anyone. Take
Now,
us away.
okay. So just very quickly. So the rest of you have gone. Some of the rest of you have gone off to find the logging merchants.
Yeah.
The wood merchants. Sorry, I'm just writing something down so I don't forget it later. Okay, cool. Okay, so you go to Cato, not Cato, Cese and Sons, wood merchants. And it's quite a busy place. Like there's logs and wood being milled in the background. There's quite a scene of movement. There's mud and just from the churn of horses and carriages and carts carrying wood in and out. When you enter it, it looks like a stockyard, right? So it's got
Yep.
that sort of feel to it. But you look very out of place even here, right? Because you're both you're both really well dressed. I mean, the priest in particular is wearing almost golden robes.
Yes.
Probably is wearing golden robes. And so you go in, and of course, as soon as you enter the place, people stop doing stuff because it's like, why is there a? Maybe they've come for a big contract, right? Because you look like the sort of people who would come for a big contract.
Basically, we're looking like we're sourcing materials for his temple that he needs to build.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So,
well,
yes.
Someone runs a guy.
Who's in charge here?
I am, sir. I'll go get the I'll go get the owners, and he just disappears into the back of the thing, and out comes this biggish guy. He's with two younger men who are almost a spitting image of him, but younger, but also sort of fat and sort of obviously bulging around the edges a bit. They come out and they look at you, and they all three of them bow. What has brought you to our to our place of work? Why? What can we do to help you?
We understand, and I'm not going to do the ruse of things that just to keep the peasantry at bay. We understand that you have harvested wood in the region of whatever the village's name is.
Shinjo.
Shinjo. Is this true?
Yes, we have contracts with
Yes.
the woodcutters of Shinjo. Yes.
Yes. There is nothing illegal that has occurred through that contract, I reassure you. But we are investigating the disappearance of a young girl who was seemingly taken from the region. We wish to.
We know nothing.
She's a
of
very
young
important young girl, and we wish to get her back to her family and to her friends.
We know nothing of young girls. We
Really?
He looks
Nothing.
around. No.
Nothing.
How are his sons looking on this matter as well?
Yeah. Do you want to make a? It's definitely observation. So yep, it's definitely observation. So observation rolls, please.
Character observation. There's one.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. The sons look way more shifty and shady than him, although that may be about them being less good at concealing.
Might just be who he is.
Than him. Yeah. So yeah, when you mentioned the girls disappearing from the mountains, one of the two sons in particular suddenly has quite a look of concern, which he then sort of covers it up.
Indeed. As you know, in these times, the freedom of individuals is paramount if we are to meet the civilized way of life, and this industry that we are building here continues.
But the industry, it needs workers, says the son.
Does it?
Yes, and the girls, they want to be free from from the village, life. I mean, it's so stifling and boring. I mean, they come to the city looking for great things.
Did she say to you she wanted to come to this place? Is that what you're telling me?
He's sort of, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I see.
And the father goes, I really needed my list of names up, which I didn't have up at the moment. Shima. Oh, that'll do. I'm not sure if it's the real name, but it'll do for now. Shima. Silence. Let adults talk. What is it you need? And what? Speak.
I am simply tasked to find this girl, and to ensure that whilst progress is necessary to build our empire, the traditions and the respect that goes with it and the honours should also be maintained. What I need to know is where these girls have gone.
Okay, you need to make a manipulation roll.
Okay. Any bonuses or penalties or anything? No?
No. Although, Nat, did you want to assist? Or, Nat, did you want to sort of tip in at this point?
I think I might step in, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And, get my regal voice on and, say, it becomes very difficult for people like you when you interfere with the affairs of people like us.
All right.
Deserves a golf clap. Okay.
Yes, that's right. As you see, these things get noticed in high places, as my lord has mentioned.
All right. I'm going to give you a bonus dice just for saying that. And you get a dice for assistance from Rob's character as well, Oshima as well. So that's 2 bonus dice. So roll your observation plus 2.
Nice.
There you
go. Okay. We meant no harm, and we certainly did not mean to drag you into this complex arrangement. The girl you are seeking has decided not to accept a job in the factories, but rather in the red light district. She has found her way to the tea house of the Golden Lantern. We tried to make her go to the factories, but she was not willing.
I see. Well, I guess that is where we go next.
And
Thank
we
you for your
will-
assistance.
And we will no longer take the girls of Shinjo. Or we will no longer seek to recruit the girls of... He wouldn't say take. We will no longer seek to recruit the girls of Shinjo.
That would be acceptable. Are you happy with this? What is the title for a Shinto priest? What's the official title?
Brandon, is
Sorry?
there an official title?
I
Just-
have no idea.
Yeah, just call them Surfer now and we'll look it up.
Okay.
We actually do need to
Yep.
look it up. It's actually a really
Insert
important
official
question.
name.
Yep. We'll definitely knock that over. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys leave and you all make your way to the temple of to the tea house of the Golden Lantern. Now, I will
Mhm.
just point out it's 12 o'clock. I have no need to stop at this moment, and I think there's about a half an hour of play to finish, which I would
Right.
like to do.
Yeah.
Might be a bit pushed, but I'd like to finish it because we, of course, all wanted to play other games. Next, we're at least 2 games behind now from starting Coriolis. Sorry. Anyway,
And
funny.
you've caused me to actually start designing yet another ship.
An even better one.
It is. It is.
All right. So you all go. So we're going to wrap it up, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you all make your way to. You're all at the tea house of the Golden Lantern. There's no lights. It's closed up.
Yeah, we're going inside anyway.
Of course we are.
Now, did you want to do some? Now you have the option of researching, the nature of things.
I would like to actually have a nice quiet place to write right now.
Okay, I will give you one opportunity to rest, just because. You're going to do. Oh, you're writing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No, that's cool. So you will start. Okay, well, we haven't used this talent before, so
No.
this could be fun. So automatic writing. All right. What do you want to know? Well, first of all, what are you seeking? What are you seeking to write about? Obviously, you're a Gumo, but I'm just checking.
I want to confirm that. Well, let's see. I do want to confirm that she's in the tea house, even though everything's pointed there.
Oh no, you can ask the questions based on how many successes you get. I was sort of looking for a rough order. So you're looking for things
so
about her.
I'm looking for the motivation of is this girl actually happy here? So are we going to be kicking down the door and go, hey, come with us? And she goes, actually, I don't want to go. And we go, all right, well, why? I don't know what can be covered with this automatic writing though.
Just roll.
All right.
So it's inspiration.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding. Go. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to push that.
Okay.
Oh, good one.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yep, that sounds like fun. Okay, so first of all, you don't. You actually don't take a condition. I'm actually going to rule that you.
Actually, this is one of the things. If you actually fail at it, yes, you get that
Yep.
other stuff.
Yep.
Is that what you're going to get me to do?
Yep.
Excellent.
And since you're looking at it, I'll just say I'd like you to take number 2, please.
Number 2. I haven't actually got the
Okay.
list
All
here,
right.
but that's okay. I'll look it
Well,
up.
you summon. Yep. Look it up. Yeah.
Yep.
It'll only take you a second, and yeah, that's how you're gonna know stuff. You're gonna know stuff because of that. How do I whisper again? Does anyone know?
There's a way to check that to test something right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yep, I can see that. Can everyone else see that,
Awesome.
or is that just me?
Just you.
I
Okay.
can't see
Awesome.
anything.
So that's how you do it. It's just the /W, then you put in their name on the player list. I put in, so their username, and then
So Mr. Happy in
yeah.
this case, yeah. Okay.
yeah, and then your message.
Oh, is it just their player name, like as in?
Yeah, I just put in player name.
It said there was no target for the message.
Right, just send it to me in Discord if you need to.
Yeah, I don't know. Your name's not coming up. That's the thing. It's
What, Mr. Happy?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Jason, when you messaged me, was it
Sounds-
/W no space my name? Or...
No, space your name.
And what name did you use?
I used Dernix01.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
let me try something.
That's weird then, because that's not working.
Let me try.
Okay. Doesn't matter. All right. Don't worry about it. Rob's looking it up anyway.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah.
And I will just message them directly on Discord. There it is. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Can you see that, Rob, in Discord?
Okay.
Yep, you can see it. Okay, good. Let's answer that question. Okay, so
Right. I'm looking very edgy now.
all right. So you all approach the tea house. It's closed up. Now in answer to your question, your fundamental question, Juragumo, I mean, they're hunters, right? And these people were explicitly not covered by the treaty, by the agreement.
Free snacks.
Snacks in the red light district. And don't forget, who remembers what Juragumo means in Japanese? Anyone?
Whore wife.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so you head into... So what do you want to do? Do you want to do any other preparation? I will give you the opportunity to prepare. Do you want to do any research on Juragumo, for instance?
Yes. I do.
Yeah. I want to, because I have chemical equipment.
Yep.
I want to know if I can make anything to reverse the poison.
So you want to make a antitoxin?
Yeah.
Okay. Or something maybe that will help people recover from poison or something.
Something like that.
Using traditional medicine.
Using traditional medicine.
You may make either a medicine or a learning roll to
I'm
come
going
up
to
with
make
something.
a medicine roll.
Okay. Who, if anyone, would like to make a learning roll to do research into Juragumo? You can push that.
I do.
Yeah. I'm going to push it.
Okay.
Whew.
Oof. There you go.
Now, is there a physical or a mental condition I need to take?
Is medicine precision?
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
It's physical.
Physical. So I thought I'm exhausted now.
Yep. Who did the learning roll? Who
I'm
wanted?
doing the learning roll.
Okay. Have you got learning?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. No! I'm gonna push
Oh,
it.
you can add 2 dice because you've got the scroll.
Oh.
You brought
Oh,
the
yeah,
scroll
that's
down.
right. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I'll roll 2 more dice.
Yep.
Yes.
And then you can push it because it won't be
Yeah.
enough. I can feel it already.
Oh,
Yeah. I got
Uh,
1 success there.
You got 1. So you can
Yeah.
find out one thing about Jiragumo. The secret. The secret.
Yes. I want to know
so-
that.
So Jiragumo are particularly vulnerable to sutras being chanted at them.
Okay.
If only you had a Buddhist priest, not a Shinto one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
But you could like they are vulnerable to sutras.
Okay. So. Do you have to be a Buddhist priest to know?
No, you can
No,
just chant
yeah.
the sutras.
Yeah, cool. Good. Then that's all good.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you've done what you're going to do, and now you're at the temple at the tea house.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Are you just going in through the front doors as a group? First question.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. The tea house is dark and shadowy.
I have my
Ooh.
Naginata.
Right. Who's got the sutras? Have you gone and got a sutra? Did you steal a sutra from a Buddhist temple?
Oh yeah, we should should do that.
Yeah, why haven't we stolen anything yet? What are we doing?
Like, I don't know sutras off the top of my head. All right, so who's tasked with stealing the sutra? Anyone good at agility?
No, not
No.
me.
I mean, I'm good at. I am.
I'm good at it.
Would you steal
too.
a sutra? Would that be? Oh, you're good at it. Kato, you seem like the sort of
Yeah.
guy.
Did you steal a handbag?
You seem to be like the sort of guy to be sent off to steal sutras from a temple.
Oh, man.
Okay, there's a small temple. I assume you're going to break in and steal a sutra. We'd roleplay it out, but we want to try and finish it off. So, did you just want to make an agility roll to see how you go?
Going in, and I'm gonna steal a hot hat.
Blades in the dark. We are not. Oh!
No.
Do you want to push that?
Yeah, I have to.
Well, you don't have to. You could just fail.
No, you got to do it.
Then get arrested. No
Push it,
way.
push it, push it.
Real good.
Suitcase, man. Your suitcase screwed me.
Oof.
I made it.
1.
Okay. Don't forget the condition gets applied after the push, not before. I think.
Oh, in this system.
Yeah,
it-
yeah, that's right.
Is that right?
System it
I think
I
it's
think
right.
so.
Oh wait, does it do it? No, it does it automatically. It
Oh,
applies
maybe
and
it
then
doesn't. Okay. All right.
Oh, that's because I hit. No, it's because I hit.
Ah.
dropped it first.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm gonna-
Anyway, you've succeeded. You've stolen a sutra that you can now read out. Who are you giving the sutra to read out?
It can't be me.
It can't be you.
No.
Are you saying you don't have enough belief in the sutras for them to be effective?
I'm saying I wouldn't stoop to that level.
What is this? We just need what is it?
Just
like
need someone to
inspiration
read
or
it.
something? What do you need? I mean, I can read it, but someone else could. I mean, well, Rob's a scholar.
Here's a hint. It would be better if you had better inspiration.
I'll take it.
Well, how many inspiration does Rob have? He probably has more than me.
I
only
got
have-
7.
Yeah, that's one more than me.
Oh, that's right. You're a. I forgot. I don't know why I forgot for a second, but you're actually a voice actor. But anyway, okay.
Oh,
So
yes, he could do it as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
sure,
you read it, Kato.
I'll do it.
That'll give you your job.
Here's one for the ladies.
okay, so you've got a sutra. That was Blades in the Dark because we realized we needed something and then we played back to that scene and then we played it forward. Yes, blades in the dark. Okay, I'm not sure that's meeting the test, but still. You go into the shadowy dark space and you can smell. Yeah, you can smell the smell you smelt when you were near the spiders before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's been eating people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's her name? Momoka.
Momoka.
Momoka! We're here to return you to your mother.
Worried about you. You've been a good girl. They told me so much about how such a good girl you were. How diligent of a daughter.
Okay,
They're waiting for
as you say that, you hear a whispery voice come out of the shadows somewhere in the building. Do they? I don't want to be a good girl anymore. I want to be my own woman.
Oh, but they've you are the best daughter that anyone in the village could have ever hoped to have. The way they talk about you, they miss you. They want you. You're the pride of your father's. Your father's pride and joy.
My
Well, your
father
mother.
is dead.
Wait, your father? Why is your father dead?
She's. Oh my god, you missed the whole thing, dude. Your mother is looking for you.
She misses you so much.
Oh, that father. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Well, your host family likes you too. You know, your
Oh my god.
you could always be a good girl, and you could go back and live a quiet life with them too. You know, fetch water from the river. You don't need to. Here, let me just start. Let me read you something.
Stop digging, man! Stop digging! Start reading.
let me woo you. You're a very beautiful spider. Lady. You're
Oh my god, he's awful at it.
He's so bad at this.
So many legs.
Okay, so there's this scene where Kyoto is like literally killing the entire party. In real time. Did anyone? But then you start serenading her in Buddhist sutras, no less.
Yeah,
I assume that's what you mean by serenade. Oh wow, okay. And then it's like, and you could hear the form getting closer, right? She was getting closer, and then you open up the sutras and start reading them, and you hear this scream from the roof. At the same time, at the same time, Oshima. So someone's reading Buddhist scriptures right next to you, which is not something you're fans of at the moment, Oshima.
Put it out.
What do you do, Oshima? What do you do?
Well, I'm screaming, going, get it out, get it out. I think I'm probably going to be tackling our reader of the scroll.
Yep. So you dive across, and as you see Oshima leaping at Kato, some of you see that sort of half spider face look thing. So you see like the faint visage of a blackened eye sort of staring at you from Kato's face as Kato sort of smashes or attempts to
face.
Oshima's face as they smash into Kato, who was reading out the sutras at the same time. Oshima, make a force roll. Kato, make a force roll. Oh my god, we're rolling physical skills. Oh!
That'll be farming life.
Hold on, how did you roll that many die? Oh, force, right. Yep, perfect.
I have a physique of 5 and a force of 2.
That's right. You're really strong. I forgot that. Okay.
Yeah. Moving heavy horses around isn't a light person's work.
Yeah, and you think that means like pulling them? He just used to pick them up and carry them.
Yeah.
Right. So you see the entertainer who was reading out the scroll just disappear under Ashima. It's just like leaps across him. No, stop! And he's pushing him down onto the ground. This Momoka stops screeching at the top of her voice and sort of rises up in front of you, and goes, "No, my mother is here. I can tell she's here.
Hi,
Ah!"
darling.
Not her! Oh, you brought my mother with you! I hate my mother! I hate her! She always wants me to do whatever she wants me to do. She never lets me eat anyone, not even one person.
Wow.
Shut up and go back to the village. You're needed there.
No, I've eaten 3 people and they were tasty. I refuse to turn back. We could live in Osaka. We could leave the villages. We don't have to stay in the villages anymore, Mother. We can grow. We can be one with these humans. We can live with them and feed on them. There are so many here.
But they're traditions over hundreds of years. We've lived
Traditions. These humans have thrown them away. Why should we keep to them? Can't you smell them? They're
because it is who we are.
Okay, so you can see Ashima like having this full-on fight with Momoka. They're completely distracted. Now they've like gotten into mother-daughter fighting, arguing about whether they should eat people or not, whether it should be free-range humans or just humans that happen to do the wrong thing. Kato, you can get up now, having been slammed into the ground.
What's going on?
Okay, so from the top, Hagakure, what do you want to do? Ashima is now arguing in a sort of weird voice with Momoka, and they're shouting at each other. What did you want to do?
Well, I have a proposal to make to them as well.
Hagakure, what do you want to do,
Okay,
though?
me, yeah. Okay, yeah. You should go back with your mother. We need to preserve these traditions.
Okay, that's one
gotta-
vote for tradition.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right. Hime.
Momoka, I can understand your desire to eat tasty humans, but you can't stay here and do it. People will know, and they will come with fire, and they will kill you. They will burn this place to the ground and destroy you. But if you go home with your mother and go to the village and are a dutiful daughter, I know some people. They're not very nice. They have enemies. They have people they need to punish. Perhaps they can send them to you for punishment.
That is epically dark.
That's awesome.
Oh my God. I literally don't have words. Okay, wow. All right, so Hime's basically trying to line up the spider people to eat people who annoy the local evil gangs. That's beautiful.
I never said I was a good person.
That's fundamentally true. Kato, what did you want to do?
Kato is like, he just doesn't want to die, and he's been all day, and having to go in, he's not too thrilled. He's like, oh man, like, he's just thinking to himself, when is this going to be over? Like, I just want to get out of here. He's gonna, oh man, should he try and seduce the spider?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Kato doesn't know a lot about spiders. At this point, Kato's lack of knowledge about spiders was to really, really, really put him in a bad position. You can absolutely try and seduce the spider if you want.
No, I'm not. That sounds terrible.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna stand up, and that's about it. And be like, why the heck did you tackle me?
Well, he's not listening to you because he's arguing with the other spider. With the spider. Sorry.
How is he arguing with the other spider? I thought he was. Did he become a spider? Wait, how is Rob a spider now?
I got possessed by a spider mother, so I'm currently doing the words of the mother to her daughter.
Oh, okay.
Something went awry with the whole writing thing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He's trying to contact his sister and he got a spider instead.
Oops, wrong number.
So I stand up and I'm just confused and I'm just like, I go
It was a
back to
hard
reading
hit.
again and did I keep reading?
Saburu, what do you want to do?
Oh jeez.
If anything.
Honestly, I'm kind of lost at this point. I'm I'm just watching it all play out. I don't really know what I can do. I'm.
You could try ordering her around. I mean, you got a dad.
Honestly, I don't think she'd listen to me.
All right. So, Hime, you've made your suggestion.
Yeah.
They both turn to you as soon as you say it. They're obviously listening. They go, sorry, hold on. Momoka goes, hold on. You mean humans would give us humans to eat?
Well,
Bad humans.
not normally. But the people I know are not. They're not like all the other humans. You probably met some of them here in the tea garden.
She sort of looks behind.
Yes, I know. You've probably eaten some of them. They're not nice people. I'm not a nice person. I've had to grow up here. It makes you hard. And you have to make practical choices, not choices that you like, the choices that are available to you. Bad things happen here. People get hurt. People die. People suffer every day. I do what I can to ease suffering and to help those who can be helped. But there are some people who are going to die because they have angered the gangs, because they have pissed off the wrong person. They will die in any case. Why not you take care of that? How is that different from someone having their throat slit or stones tied to their feet and thrown out in the harbour? It's all the same to me. And I'm sure it's all the same to the gangs. They just have to take the person up the mountain to you. That's it.
Okay. Right. Well, they're definitely pro that plan. They're giant spider people who eat people. That's what they do. So, does anyone try and stop this from happening?
What about I want to, meet a man and settle down and have some kids? Not
Brandon,
all
you're
men.
not helping.
All men are bad. You can do it. Oh no. I'm not flirting with the spider. I'm like, I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah, I'm not a bad guy. Well, Momoka turns to her mother and says, in the loudest of voices, perhaps this is an option. I could live here and do what this smart human has suggested. And this human, and she sort of waves her arm towards Kato, could run the tea shop for me while I live here. He seems lovely.
You know you will not be allowed to eat him, right?
Or other patrons of the tea shop.
And it would be a bad idea to eat the people who come to the tea shop, because then
You'll
they'll
be
stop
noticed.
coming. And yes, we don't want anyone to come and burn it down with you inside.
There's no.
But I can talk to the people that I know. I'm sure they would be happy to help you.
Please don't eat me. I don't think I'm fit for the job.
So Kato,
I have my own lodging and it's just empty.
well, I could. Well, she says, and you can make a what will it be? She looks at you seductively. I haven't actually used any of their abilities yet, so you know now is the time. And I'm gonna use physical dice, so you can't tell how many I roll, because it's funnier that way. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Yep, there it is. Oh yeah.
That was a lot of sounds of dice.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, Kato, do you want to roll? You seem to be in the middle of moving, so that might be the worst moment to ask you. There you are. Kato, did you want to roll your manipulation skill, please?
Is this is just to try and not be manipulated?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why do I have minus? Why did I only roll 2?
Because you've only got 4
that-
dice because of hopeless, battered, and exhausted. You're not looking good.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't be Oh no, maybe I don't know.
Oh no, you shouldn't be battered. Because
You
the
shouldn't be
doctor...
battered because I healed that on the
Yeah.
Yeah,
train.
on the train. That's true.
Oh, you did?
It
Oh.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You can't roll enough successes. It's Let me be clear. I already know you've missed one of your 3 dice, and therefore I know you cannot roll enough successes. Okay, you think it's a great idea to let her operate out of your tea house. It'll bring lots of people in.
Oh god.
Maybe you could even have little babies with her one day.
My
Little
God.
half spider, children. They'll have 4 eyes each. It'll be beautiful.
Okay.
It'll be, it won't be that bad. I haven't been able to get any customers since I inherited this place from my parents. It's just gone to
Yeah,
hell.
and
There's
she'll be
nothing-
great at bringing in customers. I mean, she's
Yeah,
got
it's-
supernatural abilities.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Who
that's
doesn't want to get,
perfect.
threatened by a spider while they're drinking tea?
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
She
won't be
won't be looking like a spider most of the time, will
No,
she?
she'll be looking seductive
A
and
spell? Is
beautiful.
she
And
using a spell on me?
yeah, you
Right?
bet your ass she's using a spell on you. Yeah, Jiragumo are very seductive and can use their magical abilities to seduce people of the opposite sex,
Okay.
which is inevitably male, because there are no male Jiragumo because they eat all the males after they breed with them. But don't dwell on those minor details.
It's
Minor
unimportant.
details.
It's like skim past.
Yeah, that's right.
Change of management is going to
All
occur.
right, so conscious of time, but just to say, so I'm just going to play back the resolution of the mystery, which has taken a turn I personally was not expecting. I'm not going to lie, this was not what I was thinking when I set it up. But as innovative solutions to complex problems go, it definitely gets a golf clap. So golf clap. So the resolution is that Momoka has persuaded her mother that they should both live in separate places. Momoka will work with the local Yakuza gangs and take on people who've angered the local Yakuza gangs and eat them. But some of them will be sent up the mountain so that her mother and her daughter and her sisters can continue to be fed properly. And you're able to stop the village from being destroyed by the Jiragumo as a result. I think that's a successful end
Yeah.
to the mystery.
Happily
Well
ever
done,
after.
everyone, for that innovative solution. That's
That was sweet.
that's gold standard. But I'd also like to say, Jess, I think you played Hime exactly right at the end. They've grown up amongst the Etta class. They've grown up poor and desperate, and that's what that showed, and that was perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop it now. I think I'm gonna stop recording anyway. Thanks much. I'll just stop all the recording options, and then we're
Yeah.
right to go. Oh, I should say actually before I start recording. So we're about to publish the whole Japanese extension. So about 100 pages of Japanese module stuff that we've written specifically for Vaesen. This has been a role play to sort of show what that looks like when you play it, possibly without the level of laughter and particularly necessarily the feeding of people to giant spiders. But look, it's coming out soon. All right, now I'm going to stop.